Is the trade war back on? Investors brushing off fears for now, but China lashing out, feeling blindsided by U.S. tariff threats. White House National Trade Council Director Peter Navarro responding to China's warnings on Mornings with Maria. Listen.
We're ready for anything that the Chinese state wants to do in response to our legitimate defense of our intellectual property and technology. I think in terms of this issue has united America. We have Senator Schumer and Senator Rubio saying exactly the same thing. We need to defend those crown jewels.
Well, let's get reaction now from Charlie Gasparino, the Wall Street Journal's James Freeman, and Prudential's chief market strategist Quincy Krosby. Charlie, let me start with you. Listen, I always looked at Boeing as our sort of our stock, proxy, if you will. It's up almost $6 today. The market's up huge right now. We're recouping a lot of yesterday's losses. It feels like this sort of rhetoric at this point doesn't have the same impact anymore. What do you think?
Well, first off, I think there's two stories here. There's the potential trade war story, and then there's the war inside the Trump administration about the trade war. I mean, you literally have Peter Navarro, Robert Lighthizer, stuff I hit on last week when the president was talking about a deal over ZTE, correct? That we were going to bail them out or give them second life, which they probably shouldn't get because they're such a bad actor. Anyway, in any event, that deal sort of underscored the fissures within the administration between Navarro, Lighthizer, the more hawkish trade people, and on the other side, Mnuchin and some other folks, Larry Kudlow. And they're really at each other's throats. It's a battle royale over these issues. Now, how it all plans out, I can't tell you. I do know this. President Trump often talks loud on trade and then backs off. And I think the markets are sensing some of that. And we should also point out yesterday's decline wasn't trade related. I think that was more.
Well, we're going to get into that.
But I don't think yesterday was a proxy on the market. On trade, excuse me.
Oh, no, neither one. I'm just pointing out the fact that we're up pretty big today at Quincy. And the fact is, these headlines aren't having that sort of impact that they did once before. I think that's great. And I think there's also some diplomacy going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
No, absolutely. Markets can only absorb the headlines once, twice, and after that it becomes a buying opportunity if the market does sell off. But the fact remains that when the president stays with his theme from the campaign about reciprocity, that is something that not only all Americans understand, our allies overseas understand, because they want the same exact thing. Companies went in, they allowed their technology to be taken and adopted by the Chinese because of the market, because of the ability to sell ultimately to billions of people. And that has to stop because China has moved up the value-added chain. Now it isn't about just automobiles. It isn't just about Christmas tree ornaments. Sure. It's about technology.
Sure. And China's on a cusp. I mean, they are right there nipping at our heels. And some people say in artificial intelligence, they actually have surpassed the U.S., James.
Yeah, that's obviously the goal, is to be the world leader in technology. And I think that's where maybe there's a difference between a lot of the business community and the administration. Along with the factions within the White House, you've had this general approach of saying we want to lower deficits or we want to get Chinese commitments to buy more. And I think most people in business would say we're not looking for specific quotas. We're looking for a rule of law in China, reasonable, transparent rules that we know we can go there and be treated like we're in a civilized
want the markets open, right? I mean, if you talk to people who've done business in China for 20 years, they say you got to pay this person, that person, right. There are limitations. If we could just have something that is truly closer to quote unquote fair trade, I think everyone would be happy.
We're going to get. Yeah. And China has been better at that. And I think there's two issues here. How do we get them to?
I would say not lately.
Not lately, but okay, but better if you were looking at it over the past 10 years, I would say. But maybe a little less lately.
30.
Okay, maybe give me a little more time there to be right. But I think there's two issues here, and we should decouple it. It's the ZTE issue, which I am telling you, I never thought I'd say this, but Peter Navarro is 100% right on ZTE. Because I did a little research. This is a company that acted as a criminal. It stole stuff from us. We should put a line in the sand.
Should we put them out of business?
Yes. They need to. It's the only way to create. If you don't put them out of business, you're creating moral hazard. Moral hazard means there's no consequence to risk.
That's what we've never done before.
I know we do it all the time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it comes back to bite us in the rear end.
All right.